Dry over the next several days. We definitely have that summer-like look outside with the blue sky and then starting to see the cumulus clouds billowing up as we have plenty of humidity, making the actual air temperatures, which are in the 80s, feel like 90s. And this is exactly the range we were looking at yesterday and the day before, kind of anticipating this week. The feels like temperatures between about 90 to 95 or so, and possibly even a tiny bit higher than that, just because we have this humidity at the surface. The humidity may go down a little bit this week. It may not just continue to increase. We can't do that forever, but it's still going to be a pretty hot summer-like kind of week. Current temperatures in the 80s are set up, showing high pressure just off to the east of us. And this boundary has just been hanging near us, lifting to the north just a little bit. Not a big deal, but that's all that we really have going on at the surface. Otherwise, it's going to be upper level high pressure and control over the next few days. Today, we're running about 2 degrees or so higher than we were yesterday, and our high yesterday did manage to make it to about 88. So today looks like it might be the first day of the year that we do touch 90 degrees perhaps at the airport at Kenner. Easily, though, feeling like about 95 or 96. In fact, our forecast with our heat index or feels like temperature through this afternoon shows us feeling like pretty much the range we're in right now, lower to maybe middle 90s, and then for this evening even feeling like the 80s. For those of you over in La Rose joining us this afternoon, you're looking for just about the same thing. If anything, we may get right to 90 or maybe stop just below it for some spots, and a couple of you may get right above it. But in any case, it will be above average. The average high for today is 84, so we are a good bit above that, but not quite at records, which are in the lower 90s mostly this week. Lots of bright sunshine. The UV index very high. Sunscreen, sun hat, sunglasses, whatever you did for Jazz Fest or were thinking about doing for Jazz Fest, you can just continue it this week if you do have to spend any time outdoors. Tonight we'll say lows in the upper 60s to 70s. There was a pretty muggy start early this morning. Looks like another humid night coming up with mostly clear skies. Our upper pattern is just featuring the big high pressure area, the big H on the map that we often focus on this time of year. This can really kind of just take hold and bring us hot and dry conditions, very sort of stable conditions, at least through midweek. But note, off the East Coast, there will be an upper low pressure area that'll kind of dip to the south and then over to the west. And as that moves in, it'll kind of weaken that high, and that will retrograde a bit off to the west. And we're looking for our rain chance to go up a little bit at the end of the week. So I think today, tomorrow, and Wednesday with that high in place, not going to see probably any rain at all. But by Thursday and Friday, we will introduce the chance for a few spotty showers, and that could help to cool us off a little bit in the afternoons by then. Checking out our humidity forecast. Dew point is a way that we describe humidity. And just notice, if you see that up to about this line, it's not terrible humidity. Once you get to this line, that's where your dew points are high enough. The atmospheric moisture at the surface is high enough to really feel oppressive. So we will certainly be in that kind of humid sort of range, but sometimes with these high pressure systems, it can actually bring humidity down just a little bit with that kind of downward motion in the atmosphere. So we will see if we can feel a little bit of a difference by maybe Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, but really what we're looking at pretty much from now on is going to be the heat and the humidity through at least this week, and our temperatures getting to about 90 degrees, maybe not quite at 90, but we're going to be pretty close every day this week until the end of the week, when we have that little higher chance for a few cooling showers and storms. And that increased cloud cover with that setup might also keep our temperatures down just a little bit next weekend.